Hello and welcome to the new podcast about my book, Attempting Local. Attempting Local follows my journey as I explore Ireland, surf the waves of the North Atlantic, hike the country's rugged mountains, and travel throughout Europe, all while striving toward a master's degree. It's an extremely honest account of how tough it can be to leave everything behind and move abroad, though it simultaneously demonstrates the beauty of a life of solo travel. Episode number 2, Taking Flight. This comes from Journal 1, Lost Inside. Entry number 1, Taking Flight, August 17th, 2018. Normally, I wouldn't give a second thought to a blue heron, but they seemed much more majestic from the kayak. It was as if paddling allowed me to fly with them. I earned the right. The only difference was that they glided through the air and I on water. I passed 3 or 4 of them, one waiting until I was only feet away to take off toward the horizon. Moving so smoothly and being parallel to them gave me the sensation that I'd sprouted my own wings. I was soaring to some unknown destination, leaving the planet behind. In reality, I was quietly cutting through the lake my mother lives on, exploring any undiscovered waterway. Soon though, I will be departing. It's only 9 days until I lift off for Ireland. 9 days before I'm gone for 9 months. It'll be the longest span of time I've spent off the North American continent yet. Entry number 2, A Broken Goodbye, August 19th, 2018. It's my last week in Michigan. I've yet to pay my tuition, register for classes, or make sure I have a place to live. We've paid for an apartment, but who knows if it's legitimate. I've never seen it in person. Don't know any of my 7 roommates. Essentially, I'm completely unprepared. I'm hoping to remedy that tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm spending precious time with family and friends, or I'm attempting to. I got too drunk and blacked out at my going away party last night. I made a fool of myself and embarrassed my mother and Aunt Susan, the gracious hosts. I wish they wouldn't have seen me like that, but it's over now. Jake and I took out the kayak this morning to recover from the previous night's festivities. Jake has been a close friend of mine since high school, known for being a joker, hyper-social, but good at pissing people off for his I don't give a shit attitude. He's a good guy though, focused on family, friends, his faith. He was also a big partier in college, as I was, the effects of which haven't seemed to wear off yet. So we know a good way to fend off the Sunday scaries is by staying active. It worked. The kayak trip got my mind off my regrettable actions of the previous day and focused it on the river. We paddled to the end of the lake, under a cement bridge, and then carried the kayak over a 1-foot-tall dam into the River Raisin. That thin stretch of water is not one usually traversed by humans. There's no real way to access it other than by our improvised means. Tall grass and reeds enclose the still water. Any sense of a current is absent, but there's more than enough wildlife. Large bass hovered beneath the surface, and sandhill cranes flapped alarmingly from the grass as we neared, like prehistoric beasts. According to Michigan Audubon, one of the state's oldest conservation organizations, that's exactly what they are. They're, quote, believed to be the oldest living bird species, having existed for more than 2.5 million years in their present form, unquote. We'd apparently paddled back in time. It was a serene experience. 4 miles of total bliss. When we returned, my mother did her best to forgive me. She forced me into a tight hug and wouldn't let go until she felt better. I appreciated it. Nonetheless, I still felt terrible and irresponsible. I don't even want to talk to my sister or hear what she has to say. Oh well, learn from it, don't dwell on it. The saddest part of blacking out, though, was not remembering saying goodbye to those who visited me. That thought made me tear up. Friends drove from all over Michigan and the Midwest to see me. I didn't really return the favor since I hardly remembered seeing them. Looks like I'll have to make a few apology phone calls, say a few broken goodbyes. Entry number 3, Takeoff, August 26th, 2018. The closer I get to leaving, the more real this all becomes. This isn't a vacation. This isn't a trip. This is life now. Galway, Ireland, Europe. Those are my new homes from tomorrow until May 24th. Saying goodbye was tougher than I thought it would be. Tears welled in my eyes at various times when receiving hugs from certain people, feeling their embrace for the last time for almost a year. I'm leaving everything and everyone behind for a true adventure, a challenge. I know no one. Hell, I'm still not registered for classes. I won't even be able to pay my fees until next week. I can hardly say I'm prepared, but I can say I'm ready. I've been dreaming of this for 8 months. Will I do well in grad school? Can I truly adjust to living in a new culture for an extended period of time? Will I miss my friends and family? Who will I meet? Where else will I visit? The questions never cease. Mine's an existence made up of endless wondering and uncontrollable wandering. Will this be the antidote to my travel bug, or encourage it to grow and fester? Time seems to be the answer to all these questions. Only time will enlighten me, steady my nerves. Time and patience. Without patience, time may never deliver the answers I seek. I'll rush things or force them, and I don't want that. I desire honesty, immersion, to become the closest thing to a local that I possibly can. Then I'll know if I'm a real traveler, the real deal. For now, I sit at gate A78 of the McNamara terminal, patiently waiting as if for nothing else, for flight DL154 to arrive. Hey everyone, I'm Cullan. Thank you for listening to episode number 2 of my new book, Attempting Local. For now, episodes will be released every week, and I'll update you if that changes. This novel took over 2 years to create, from the idea's inception to editing this final version. The endeavor first required about 8 months of planning, applying, and test taking just to get accepted and then to prepare for university in Galway. I then worked through an arduous year-long accelerated master's program, all while traveling and experiencing the country, just to keep an entertaining and detailed, handwritten journal to share with others. Lastly, I had to transcribe all 4 physical journals onto my laptop, edit, re-edit, send to my editor Sarah, and send to publishers. I'm still currently sending submissions in. This process has taken an immense amount of time and money, and I'm still working on the Attempting Local project. All I ask is, if you're passionate about this podcast, desire the information it provides, or just look forward to the fun listening experience that it offers, please go ahead and support it. Simply head to anchor.fm/Cullan-McNamara. Your help and support will go a long way in keeping this podcast up and running. You will fuel my ability to create and share this beautiful and timely piece of work with all of you. And hopefully one day this will finally get published in print. So thank you again, and enjoy listening to Attempting Local, a year abroad in Galway, Ireland.